Koikimedia, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Àwọn sálára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for her. But e dey move closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. But e dey move closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀gbìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìléhùn ló ló lájú. Ìyẹn tó dorí kodò bí àdó ọ̀pọ̀ ìjẹ́lẹ̀. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tó dúdú àga. Òdúdú wọn kò bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ òdúdú á ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Délẹ̀ ìlérí, àwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni mọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò nà. Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbétò lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá máa ní. Kásá, ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé kú bá yín jẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá máa ní. À ń gbétò lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá máa ní. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wàá máa ní. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣé ìlú máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o? Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ sájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia, ṣàwa ni bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ni bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ni bàbá. Ẹ̀mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ̀mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Koikimedia is around. Koikimedia. And a very good morning, and bear with me. I think my internet is updating itself, and we had a bit of a crash just about a few minutes ago. I've turned on the hotspot, and hopefully I can see my lights are green, so it might take a few seconds for everything to refresh. Good morning and welcome to our early morning broadcast. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, where we're going to be taking you through another discussion at the early hours of this morning. And like I said, I think my internet connection came back, but I lost a couple of my broadcasts from the Twitter space and the Twitter, and we need to kickstart that again. Please share the program as you're coming in and invite others to come and listen to why Yoruba will prefer to have their own country, and we can be a country that can perform
extremely well within the next 50 years. A Yoruba independent country or a Yoruba nation, a Yoruba sovereign state will be better off in the next 50 years than being part of what is called Nigeria today. So that's what I want to discuss, and that's where the focus will be. And like I said, just give me a few more minutes, and then we can make sure that all the platforms are fully back on, and we can kickstart as quickly as possible. Mokibubua, it's going to be in English and Yoruba, and please don't ever be telling me it's a Yoruba campaign and I should speak in Yoruba alone. I'm not speaking to you alone. This is an international platform, and I'm also communicating to millions of people that needs to know why Yoruba economy will be better for them than a terrorist country called Nigeria that failed all the indigenous people. So whenever I am live on this platform, I speak in English because I have international audience. So that is just for the benefit of ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń sọ pé kí n sọ Yorùbá pé Yorùbá ni àfigbà. Tabade country, your government will make sure that instruction for platforms will be Yoruba, but mine will still be in English and also in Yoruba because we are an international platform. So just for those of you that are very adamant, we are gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ Yoruba. Tẹ́ bá ń wá bí tó ti fẹ́ sọ Yoruba nìkan, we have multiple different platforms. Some of them don't even speak English. But on this particular platform, we speak in English so that we can communicate with many people across the globe. So I'm going to play the Yoruba national anthem that is already been embedded with many states in the Southwest presently, even though most of those states speaks or allow a Yoruba anthem to be played on the soil of Southwest. But that has not given the Yoruba independence. So it's like the politicians are playing a mind game. One could play anthem Yoruba the state level, but they are not giving us a full Yoruba independent country. And that means that a lie of making it look like we are independent out of Nigeria. Orin Yoruba anthem tó ń kọ ní gatherings ní Yorubaland does not automatically give us a country. And I want us to get that fact. I've seen Kabiyesi Ooni of Ife Ojaja II at many occasions where they will start with a Yoruba anthem. But the lie is that we are still in Nigeria. So singing a Yoruba anthem does not give us a country. What gives us a country is when we have a Yoruba anthem with a Yoruba economy, a Yoruba government, a Yoruba institutions, and a Yoruba country that can compete with the global world within the next 50 years. By 2075, a Yoruba independent country will be strong, will be able to compete with the global world. But for as long as Tabashi wà nínú Nigeria, we will not be able to do so. So there is no amount of singing Yoruba anthem in different gatherings presently. That means that we are a country. That is just for those of us Tabati bottom play Yoruba anthem. It makes you feel cool, but it hasn't given us a country as it is.
With the strong
I welcome you into my live broadcast, and it looks like my Instagram came back after many days that we were suspended. So that means that we are live on the Instagram as well. So I will try to make sure that my utterances is kept to minimum, at least for tonight, and especially my family are sleeping upstairs. I will try to speak out as much, but it is already 12 minutes past 2 a.m. in London. I have the external mic connected, so teba gbomi in the comment section, because many people with your feedback as a platform that love to listen, and I respect when you give me feedback. Ẹ máa complain pé ẹ kì í gbọ́ nǹkan tí máa ń sọ dáadáa. Ẹ má bínú sí wa. Ẹ rántí pé I don't have a permanent studio. And what that means directly or indirectly is that I have to keep setting up every day. And that does not give me the opportunity to have all the mics that you see. But I can't afford to buy them. I do have some of them, but you can't be using it and taking it off, using it and taking it off. It is not a very good thing to do. But so far, so good. This platform, in 4 years, I've turned things around with my colleagues. Let's raise awareness nípa Yoruba nation. So yín tí ó bá kù díẹ̀ pé ẹ gbọ́ wa dáadáa, ẹ má fi ṣèbínú, a dẹ̀ fi ṣègbéraga. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa náà ni a nífẹ̀ẹ́. Bó ṣe ń ṣe lára yín náà ló ń ṣe lára tiwa. Gbogbo audio tẹ́ ń fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa náà là ń gbọ́. Gbogbo feedback yìí náà ni à ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. Gbogbo èyí tí a lè sọ síta là ń sọ síta. Ibi báyìí ò kì í ṣe ibi tí ẹ ti máa rí àṣírí kankan. A máa jà pẹ̀lú ìbọn, kò sọgbọ́n ẹ̀. Èmi ò deny yẹn. I'm speaking on behalf of my platform, not on behalf of Igboho or Baba Akintoye. I need ìbọn tó pọ̀ gan láti fi jà. Ìbọn tó pọ̀ gidi, because Fulani tá fẹ́ bá jà, wọ́n ti invade the Nigerian military, and that means they have enough weapon to fight. Tí Israel ò bá ní weapon, wá ti pa gbogbo wọn tán ní gbogbo Israel. Tí Ukraine ò bá rí support West, Russia máa ti pa wọn tán pátápátá. Tá bá náà fẹ́ gba Yoruba country, a máa láti ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó ń pè ní weapons láti fi jà, láti fi protect territory tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Amawaja does not mean that we cannot continue the discussion of awareness. I have multiple cameras and my face goes in different directions. Right in front of me, I have 7 mobile phones and 2 laptops. And that means my eyes goes in different direction. Kò ṣe pé nǹkan kan ṣe mí lójú. Ibi tẹ́yìn tí ń wò mí ló yàtọ̀ ni. I have people that are watching on Facebook on this left-hand side of my screen. And I also have Facebook on my right-hand side on the Koikimedia Odudua. And on the mobile phone, on the vertical direction, we have 2 YouTube channels. It's great to see my Instagram is back after being suspended for like almost 2 weeks. And I have the Twitter, and we're live on Twitter Space. I have a mixed LR. It's not a radio. It's an audio version to listening to me like a radio. Anyone telling you that a mixed LR is a radio is not. But the good thing about technology that Yoruba will be able to compete lọ́jọ́ iwájú, just like we saw Elon Musk putting all his effort in the tech industry to make sure that we can continue to surf internet using the satellite. A Yoruba independent country by 2075 would also have the opportunity and the privilege to have his own satellite and have his own strong economy. But what the British are telling us indirectly, we should remain Nigerians and work towards a better Nigeria for the next 50 years. That is where we disagree with Britain. I think we need to continue to educate the British government and also King Charles. 50 years from now, and I just quickly want to see how old King Charles is. So King Charles himself, as we know, is currently 75 years old. If God spare his life and we add 50 years, the age of King Charles himself, I'm talking about the current king of Britain. Taba add a 50 years more age, it will be 125 years. The chances that he will be alive is very, very slim. What that means is that Nigeria will still, according to them, kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀, God's willing. Lágbára àwọn tó nílẹ̀ tó láyé. If anybody is in doubt that they want to keep Nigeria for the next 50 years, ìbọn ló máa pọ̀ lójú títì tá máa fi fọ́ orí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn and take out many people, especially not the people that are our own, but the foreigners. And I know you will cut this place because ibi tí bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìbọn, ìyẹn lẹ́yìn kan máa ń fẹ́ mú. I live in the UK. Ẹ wò mí dáadáa. I am not scared to tell British government that we will need many weapons to defend our territory when, as at the time, is appropriate. So if you think that me talking about weapon is not nothing new in the international world, and especially for a media organization like mine, because when Britain came to invade us, they came with weapon. It was after weapon they came with religion. I don't want to touch religion because that is your own personal business. I'm not sitting here because I want to criticize or condemn your religion. I'm sitting here because I am telling the international community that if Nigeria is not allowed to sit on the round table and discuss whether we truly want to remain Nigeria or not, we will eventually use weapons to protect and defend that territory against whoever does not want us to go. And we will need many weapons to do so. But the weapons I'm using right now is the awareness. So the fact that we want an independent country is not a joke. It is a serious situation, and Britain has no legal right today to continue to tell us that we will remain in Nigeria, because the Nigeria that was created for the forefathers expired, whether in 2014 or not. These breeds of generation will make sure that we would make Britain life difficult in Yorubaland if they refuse to accept that Yoruba people wants to exit Nigeria. We will make things very, very difficult for them. And I am letting them know this in advance so that they will not be caught on guard. And I know they are listening. I know that. And they are listening very well. But it is entirely up to us whether we would do it for them to understand. If we do not do it, and our life will be mortgaged in Nigeria. By the time King Charles died, in 50 years' time, it will be 125. You would also be, I will be about 95, somewhere around there. King Charles Williams would then take charge, and they will still be using Nigeria as their e-market, as their, according to routers. And I'm going now, I know you're many coming into the program. I'll pick your comment at random, but I don't want to be calling names and say good morning. We're on a serious discussion here. According to the routers, November 4, 2024, Nigeria and Britain held partnership to boost economic ties and security. The same Britain that manipulated Nigeria and gave it out to the northern part of the country are now still forming or hailing partnership to boost economic ties and security. If truly Britain is boosting economic ties and security, we will not have any kind of insecurity in Nigeria today. So it shows that Britain continues to tell lies to the international community and many gullible, idiotic Nigerians that are hoping that a partnership to boost economy is going to happen through a British or a Britain government in support of Nigeria. The same Nigeria that was cooked, the same Nigeria that was put to make things ungovernable. And let me quickly pick some of your comment that has come through, because like I said, it's still an interactive platform this morning, and I'm working with you in the comment section. And I say good morning to many of my listeners and those of you that have missed me on Instagram. According to Dizzyman123, the future for Africa when signing a new contract is to present supporting contract as a win-win negotiation leveraging on intellectual property. A plate-in-hand approach is not working for Africa. If I can understand what he's saying there, Britain cannot negotiate us back and deceive us that a Nigeria economy will be the best interest by 2075. When King Charles himself will be 125 years, Tobashi Walaye, Tobasi Layemo, Omwe, Williams, Luma take charge. And whoever is the king of the country is still the head of the Commonwealth, which is as stupid as rubbish, because Commonwealth does not favor anybody. And it does not matter how you look at it, Commonwealth is a fraud created by the British Empire. This man went further what is Bola Tinubu doing to equip us to be able to defend ourselves? Because we have to defend an ideology with a question mark. Over 40,000 Yoruba have lost their life due to crimes perpetrated by foreigners on Yorubaland. And I love that particular comment. What he's saying is the same thing I have said. He must have been writing it in a way that very nice to listen to. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a ní Yoruba government and 40,000 Yoruba people were massacred or killed, that government will need to resign, everyone in that government. Because I don't think America, as Donald Trump has become the president, would allow over 40,000 Americans to be killed on the soil of America without any kind of American government investing more in the security of lives and property. So the Nigerians that are waiting for a government of Nigeria to protect and defend us against crime against humanity, you will not see that. But it's a shame that Omo Yoruba chief rò pé Bola Tinubu máa fún wa ní weapon láti fi defend ara wa. Weapon would have to be sourced from multiple different platforms around the world, just as Jonathan was looking for weapons because America was blocking it for him to have access to weapons. Because they knew that if weapon was given to Jonathan as at the time he was in power, he could have crushed maybe the current situation of the security. I'm going to go back to Reuters that says again, Nigeria and Britain hail partnership to boost economic ties and security. Mashallah, but I want to stick to the comment section for now again, that we, the Yorubas that are asking for self-determination, need a lot of weapons, and I mean all different weapons, to be able to protect that nobody will be able to buy 40,000 more Yoruba people on our soil. And that should be something at the back of our mind all the time, that we need this weapon as quickly as possible now. How we source it, how we get it, is what everybody should be thinking about. We cannot use microphone to fight, but we can use the microphone to prepare millions of volunteers that will be trained to use those weapons to protect the soil of Yoruba land, either before a declaration or after a declaration. Weapon is the tools that speaks the kind of language between us and the terrorists. America don't joke with terrorists. They will neutralize them as quickly as possible. A Bola Tinubu government just lost Chief of Army Staff because those that have a different ideology are rising up very fast. And if you're not aware, let me take us quickly to a developing story in Nigeria. We now have, according to the Nigerian government, new terrorists that have rise up again in Nigeria. And this for me means that these individuals, as Tawan Sopa a weapon, láti fi defend ara wa, we will be caught on guard. And I'm going to the Vanguard newspaper. According to the Department of DHQ, which is the Army headquarters, has now confirmed emergence, as in EMERGENCE, Echo Mike, Echo Romeo, Golf, Echo November, Charlie, Echo, of a new terrorist group in the Northwest. Yoruba tẹ́mọ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe etí kunkun. These terrorists don't say to emerge means that if we leave them for 50 years, they will become stronger than even the one that we are treating right now. That Britain could not solve the problem. They are now asking us to wait in Nigeria for more 50 years to help us solve the security and our economy that is dead. We'll come back to that. Let's read further quickly. According to the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, as confirmed, I am not the one confirming this. This is not my own intel. I didn't even know that this is already in existence. And that means that there is an agenda, and that agenda is not going away. Look, even if there are 5 of them, even if there are 7 of them, we don't know how many people have been trained with weapons, that would be used on our territories to chase away any of our kings. And let me put this on record. There is a credible intelligence, and I'm saying credible, that the particular group, Tansoi, we know those groups I'm talking about, the Fulanis, that they want to take out some of our kings. And we should continue to tell our kings to beef up their security when they're traveling or they're in their palace. Let me first put this out like this. We might not agree with our kings because of their ways of not supporting this Yoruba quest for an independent Yoruba nation that will boost economy, tie with anybody around the world, and security and many other things. Wọ́n lè má really help wa láti polongo Yoruba nation to accept it as the final solution to the problem in the Southwest. Wọ́n lè má really fún wa ní the kind of what we expect. But if, and I use if, any Fulani bá pa ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, a máa pa many of their kings. And we will start from Lagos all the way to Kwara State. Let me put this again. If at any time tó bá pa ọba kankan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, either first class ọba, second class ọba, third class ọba, a máa pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ Sẹ́ríkì wọn láti Lagos State títí dé Kwara. We will take them out. We will come into their domains and we will take them out, because America does not sit behind and allow their citizens to be killed. They will neutralize whoever does so. We might not agree with our kings, but we will not sit behind and allow any Fulani to kill them. Take this as not a threat, but as a fact. Èyí tẹ́ ṣe táwọn governors òṣìṣẹ́ lé lórí, we saw how, maybe I should take you back to few of the Yoruba kings that were killed by terrorists in Nigeria. This time around, if any one of them is killed, a máa pa gbogbo àwọn Sẹ́ríkì tó bá bẹ ní Southwest. We will take down as many of them so that we will send a strong warning that you dare not do such on our soil again. We will do that. Take this as not a threat, but take this as a warning in advance. We are now getting to that stage that we will not be talking alone. We will not wait for the governors that have compromised. Neither are we going to wait for anyone to say we shouldn't do that. The United Nations knows that the right to self-defense is the first priority of any human around the world. And if your life is a threat, you must neutralize every possibility of that threat. Àwọn tó bá mọ̀ wọ́n kó sọ fún wọn pé tó bá pa ọba kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, a máa wọlé sí gbogbo ibi tí Sẹ́ríkì bá ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. We will take them out. Just take that. Let me take you back to a very particular one that first touched us. Oba Olufon was killed. This happened 2 years ago. No, let me get that right. Not Oba Olufon. Good morning once again, and share the program. Bear with me. I think it was Oba Olufon. If you remember the name of that king, please help me quickly on the comment section. But let's go first with these. A couple of them happened. I'm going to go with the Guardian newspaper in the UK. 9 months ago, Nigerian traditional monarchy shot dead and the wife kidnapped from the palace. Police launch investigation after attack on the home of Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole in the southwestern Kwara state. Gunmen that are Fulani terrorists killed a Nigerian traditional monarch and kidnapped his wife. If such happen again anytime from today, Toba Donwe Wulate Nilo, we might not love or agree with our kings. Yes, is it Obelesun? Okay. I want their name out on the comment section so that I can reference it to this broadcast. And I want this particular broadcast to be shared as much as you can, please. So I think Obelesun has also been mentioned. So yeah, those are the Ekiti, January 31st, 2024. Ogun traditional rulers condemned the murder of Ekiti monarch. Gunmen shot 2 Ekiti traditional rulers to death. They are not gunmen, these are Fulani terrorists. Thank you so much, Prince Adebanjo. So let's go further. Let me stick to the first one, Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole. He would still have been alive if not the fact that he was killed by a terrorist. That means he's one out of the 40,000 Yoruba people that we lost to the Ekowalaye. I'm not going to wait for our governors because they've lost the plot to protect us. The attackers stormed the palace of Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole in the southwestern Kwara state, shot him dead, abducted his wife and another person on Thursday. This is coming from the UK newspaper, The Guardian. State police says they have launched an investigation and stepped up security. Where was British government when the monarch was killed? Níbo ni Britain were, the British government, to make sure that all our kings' lives are protected, just like King Charles' life is protected in the UK. Similar attacks said they had launched, state police rather, said they had launched an investigation and step up security. Similar attacks regularly take place in Nigeria, which is struggling with the security crisis on several fronts. Several front means that I'm just taking us because I'm not in a rush, but I'm just trying to let us know that we are now talking about another new terrorist organization that the military is confirming to us again. The defense headquarters has confirmed the emergence of a new terrorist group known as Lukarawas, spelled Lukarawas. Lukarawas, àwọn tó ní the news terrorists tó ṣe emerge. We don't know the kind of network support that they have, and that means the longer tobacco is in Nigeria, the more Lukarawas will be strong to take out many of our lives, our kings, our women, our children, and also collapse our economy in Yorubaland. That is if we're in Nigeria, according to British government that says Nigeria. I don't know how British is not seeing Lukarawas and many other emergence of Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP. Ele ni orúkọ mi tó tún ṣe jáde, and they're being called Lukarawas. That is the new terrorist group according to the defense headquarters in Abuja. According to the director of the Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba made this known while briefing the newsmen on the operation of the military on Thursday in Abuja. Lagbaja, the former chief of army staff that was killed by the same set of people, but we were not told the full details because they don't want us to know. But we know that Lagbaja was killed because, even like I said, we might still disagree with Nigeria. It might be working against the Fulani terrorists, and that was very uncomfortable for them, and they have to kill him. Eventually, his death was announced to millions of Nigerians, but most importantly, some might say he could have also pulled out of Nigeria and endorse and support a Yoruba government or a Yoruba country or a Yoruba security that it would have been better off. But as usual, the Nigerian security that are still in the military does not believe that for the benefit and the interest of everyone, both the present and the people that have worked in the Nigerian military, everyone should be supporting a full Yoruba independent country that will be able to defend their territory like Russia. Russia spent $90 billion on security. And you heard that very well. That is what Russia spent on security, $90 billion. Lọ́jọ́ iwájú, our government must spend 10 times more than that to make sure that nobody has the privilege or the power to set up their ideology of terrorists against innocent Yoruba people that just want to live a life until death will approach them. And the only way we can defeat this kind of terrorist ideology is not going to be in a one Nigeria as British want it to be, but it will be in a Yoruba independent sovereign state that will defend our lives. Let's go back again to the defense headquarters. By Tigbo, you can now hear officially that the defense headquarters in Abuja has confirmed that Atutuni new terrorist group to emerge in Sokoto State, and they were briefing the newsmen yesterday. Today is the 8th, and you're watching a live transmission. Share. Many people will not even know about a new terrorist. So when people are saying to you, why do we want a Yoruba country? Tell them that there is now a new terrorist organization that is ready to take us out. I will appreciate Peter Pan, not because of anything, because he's also, one member of the Koikimedia. The way some of you pay for your Netflix and other Prime TV and Amazon TV and all that, some are also paying Koikimedia every month to watch me. Those of you that are doing so, we appreciate. Either you are paying through the YouTube which is the only backup channel. My main YouTube channel, like I say, does not accept super chats or any gift. I would have loved if it does. Even if it's just the advert alone, I will be making revenue. We lost that revenue 3 years ago now. This is the third year that I lost my revenue that I was using to support myself and my family because I don't have a full-time job. But we are grateful that we still have dedicated Yoruba people that trust this platform even after all the attack, spiritually, physically, and all kind of manners of names. And like I always say, as long as I am alive and as long as this platform remains, we will not deviate from the self-determination struggle until we arrive into it, either by fighting with many weapons or by fighting ourselves to get there. One thing will lead us to Yoruba nation, but British government does not want a Yoruba country, and that's a fact. There is no amount of effort that we think that British will support a Yoruba country. But eventually, and I say eventually, if Britain continue to push for a Nigeria, we will have no other choice than to push British institution out of Southwest. And I mean every word. We will push them out to the north. They can operate from the north, but it will be difficult for them to operate on the soil of the Southwest because Britain has what it takes to call Nigeria government and dissolve it or de-amalgamate. But if anybody thinks that our talking and engaging them through diplomacy, as we have taken the letter, which is a very good thing, through the channel of rallies and petitions or whatever we call it, will give us a country. That is a lie. That won't give you any country until we push mostly British out of Southwest. We will make sure that everything that they think that they control from the Southwest through their visa, their flight coming to Nigeria, any importation of goods of the UK to Southwest will be stopped. There is still time to negotiate before it is too late. But all these will play out in time that is not 4 years from now. So, into more British government, let us sit together with our leader, Professor Akintoye, Sunday Igboho, YSDN, so that we can resolve this current situation of Yoruba people in Nigeria. Well, the British that could sọ fún wa pé we should remain in Nigeria because they can own the Southwest, I mean the North. They can own the Southeast if they like. But on the soil of the Southwest, we would target everything that they have. And they can listen to what I'm saying. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ní pátá la máa target to make it very uncomfortable for them. But there is still time to negotiate our way out. Violence would play out in this movement. And I use the word violent, big one, in a big effort to dissolve Nigeria. But that will not stop the awareness. Let's focus on terrorists in Nigeria. According to the military, that the new terrorist group emerged from the Republic of Niger, the same Niger that America created a drone base and many other things. Yet, America cannot stop terrorists. Britain cannot stop terrorists. France cannot stop terrorists. You know why? Because they are all involved in terrorism ideology against indigenous peoples. And that is why Jay fought hard to kick the ass of America and French out of their territory. In Tawa from British near, we will kick them out completely from the Southwest. We will push them to as far as after Lokoja Bridge. And if they like, they can operate British Airways from Abuja. Even they can go and operate it from Sokoto if they dare can do so. If Britain thinks that they can continue to bring their flight to Lagos, that airport will be taken out. I'm telling you now, you might be thinking that all this is not going to happen. The operation of Muritala Mohammed Airport will stop to exist in time to come soon. That will be the first target. And I'm telling you this now. I know some of you come and tell me, don't. If anybody dare call me and tell me nonsense about stop saying all this, stay away from me now. I'm becoming very bitter with some of you coming to tell me, some of you cannot even do what we are doing. Stop saying this online and all that. So, Joko, terrorists in Walewa Payon, nobody says anything. We will make sure that that airport will not be used for any operation. Nobody will enjoy Nigeria from the southwest very soon. Let's go back. The military is telling us that this particular terrorist group is emerging from the Republic of Niger or Niger after the coup. We know that is a lie. I know that, and I'll tell you why. When Niger took power from the crazy former president, I can't remember his name now, is one of the puppet of the West, just like Tinubu is the puppet of the West. All these are the puppets. Puppets, you know, what do we mean by that? People that they are manipulating against the indigenous people. So when you see Tinubu, you see, Ghana, you see all these puppet, criminal-minded African politicians that continue to lean to the British, French, and Germany to extort and put the poverty of their people at first. That stopped in Niger. So for the British, the Nigerian military telling me now that the terrorist group that they're talking about is coming out of Niger because there was a coup. It's not because of the coup, it's because those terrorists emerged inside Nigeria. That is my own thinking. Let's go further quickly. He said that the terrorists began incursion into the northern part of Sokoto and Kebbi State from Niger Republic and Mali, particularly after the coup in Niger Republic. The question we should ask the Nigerian government is, kilo ṣe gbogbo trillions of naira to protect and defend all the borders in Sokoto, Kebbi, to stop, if that is what they're saying to us, how people penetrate into our own domain. The ideology to take us out is there. And I'll go back again to some of the kings, Tiwokpani, and terrorists. According to the news report, on the 29th of January 2024, Fulani terrorists did not just kidnap, but they actually killed 2 traditional rulers in Ekiti State after one other traditional ruler escaped death. The other 2 lost their life because wọ́n dira bí ọmọ Yorùbá. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé ọba tó dira bí ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé anytime ni nǹkan lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. But as usual, they lose their guard when they take one out. The Elesun of Esun Ekiti, Oba David Babatunde Ogunsakin, and the Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Samuel Olushola, àwọn méjèèjì ni wọ́n pa. The Alara of Ara Ekiti, ìyẹn ní kan lára, ìyẹn ya lo ìtàn bàbá ńlẹ̀ máa ń lò, ó ya yẹra fún wọn. Do you know that that Alara of Ekiti, Oba Adebayo Fatoba, will be around that area, but wọ́n rí ni, tó ń pè ní Yorùbá nìyẹn. Yorùbá ló ní kinní yẹn lọ́wọ́, but àìtí lo kíní yẹn fáwọn tó yẹ ká lò fún láti fi take one out of our territory. So Yorùbá ń fi sẹ́yìn while they continue to push in. A ní kíní yẹn lọ́wọ́, but rather than use kíní yẹn, à ń lò against ara wa láti fi oppress ara wa, láti fi sàsíra wa, láti fi gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa, láti fi extort ara wa. Ẹni tó bá ní kíní yẹn lọ́wọ́, ẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀ pamọ́ dáadáa, because gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ńlá wa gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ la máa kó síta, la máa fi jàjà yìí láti lè ja àjàbọ́. Like I said, even before David Lamy flew to Nigeria, that it will take 3 years to resolve all the crises internally and fully then be able to take charge of running an operational country called Yoruba country. And in 47 years, Yoruba land will be so beautiful, so marvelous, that we will be selling our culture, our language, and visitors will travel from around the world. There's a particularly elderly man that I know that is currently in Thailand. He's UK based. He's in his 60s to 70s. And he has traveled about 14 hours. He's been to Thailand before. And he just wanted to go again. It's quite an expensive trip. And he has gone all the way to Thailand. Do you know that in the near future, that is not too far away, after we have had enough weapons and our tradition to protect and defend ourselves, and then have our own independent country, we won't allow people to go to Thailand. We will make sure that we sell a Yoruba heritage, because Thailand also has a good weather. Thailand has, according to reports, and let me take us to Thailand. Thailand tourism industry, and fẹ́yìn Yoruba ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ fetí gbọ́ bíbá dáadáa. Ìtàn pè ní tourism ni àjòjì tó wá sílé. Táwa bá wá sílé, àwọn ń ṣe àjòjì, ará ilé làwa. So many times you go to Nigerian airport, you see more Nigerians traveling home. As the Christmas is coming, people will be going home, and I hope many of you will not get caught up with whatever is going to happen in December, because nobody knows yet. But I am just telling you, okay? The people that we need to come to our country are tourists from all over the world. Not me and you that left Nigeria after 20 years, Agbawe, Awale, or we go home frequently. I know people that are currently in Nigeria right now, and I know people that fly in and out of Nigeria frequently because they consult and tell me in case they have money, because they know that I can't go home. So, and they always check with me and say, "She money di kokon, Moki Bubua." I won't be mentioning names because, like I said, it's a serious discussion here. But Moki Bubua play a cowboy about me to him. The Thailand tourism industry is a major contributor to its economy. That is the kind of economy that I want in Yoruba land in 50 years. Kakaki Britain sọ fún wa pé ká wà nínú Nigeria, like I said, we will take out anything takeable to make life very uncomfortable for the international community until we are listening to. Right now, they're listening, but they are not sure if we are going to act. Until we act, they will dissolve Nigeria. If we do not act, we will just continue creating this awareness zone that doesn't travel anywhere. The only way the awareness of Yoruba Nation will pull out further is when we shut down Southwest completely. No airline coming through, no ship delivering any nonsense goods, nothing will work. We will paralyze the whole of Southwest. If we don't do so, your dream of a Yoruba country will not come true, and you will remain in Nigeria for the next 50 years. Why not let us not Why not allow us to fight it out for 3 years now from today? We will not go further without instruction from our leaders, but I'm just putting this as a discussion. So don't think that what I'm saying is a decision from me. I'm saying this from a media perspective, and I want us to be clear about that. I am not the leader. We have strong leaders. Baba actually called me yesterday because I debriefed him about David Lamy and all that. He wanted me to write some few things, and I sent that to him. He was the one that called me. I spoke to Igbowo yesterday. I spoke to Otumba Demola, the deputy of the YSDM. We were in the same meeting. So I am communicating with them. But whatever I am saying right now is based on what I believe should be the next move as a media, Koikimedia. And this platform is strong enough to challenge any country around the world to come and tell me that we don't need a weapon to fight. I put it out there. Let any country around the world come and tell me that the Yoruba people that are asking for Yoruba nation do not need a weapon. We need a lot of weapons to fight. Even we need RPG. Because I'm going to come back to Thailand, because I don't want us to divert our attention, but we're going to talk about the economy, but I want to focus on security. If you're talking about security, you don't joke with it. You're talking about security, you will not this money that we are contributing, we will use our resources on the ground to buy weapons. All these we are looking for money. We don't need money. If any king dare tell us that we can't have access to the gold in Osun State, I will leave what we can do to that king. Because ojú ọba yẹn fọ́ nígbà tí China don't penetrate inú gbogbo àwọn Osun State, Ondo State, don't yọ gold, don't gbé lọ tà ní Saudi, don't gbé lọ tà ní United Arab Emirates. Gold tẹ̀yìn tà yẹn làwọn náà máa mú la máa fi lọ ra weapon. Nǹkan tá máa fi jà. Kò ń ṣe owó tà ń dà, èlò lẹ́ ń dà. When you buy a weapon, you need about $20 million. You need real money, not checky money. Tanda. Amanika when you that 10 pounds, mama, tell me and mama break with clever fish. Say, oh, you let and die, what have fish movement in it. When we are ready, we will use that same apapa pot, 30 make owo, ibe no la no mati yowo, tamafilora weapon. People that will sell weapons to us are around the world. There's a black market for it. There's a black market. But they're just waiting for us, get the money to them, and they will deliver the weapons. Let any part of the world, including the United Nations, come and tell us that we don't need weapons. And I'll know what to respond back to them. Let the British government respond back to me and tell me we don't need a weapon. Now, bí wọ́n pé ṣé microphone ni mo fẹ́ fi jà. Ṣé microphone ni British ń kó fún Ukraine tó fi ń jà? Do you know how much UK government is pumping in terms of weapons to Ukraine so that they can defend themselves? The UK is not going to do that the same thing for us because the UK doesn't believe in the breakup of Nigeria. So we are the one that believe in the breakup of Nigeria, and we will do whatever is needed to extract our resources on our soil and sell it and use that to buy the weapons. Because Otedola is not going to give you money for weapon. None of them will be ready to Okoye on the weapon. They have it. Alakija is not going to give us money for weapon. But we don't need their money. But the same resources, Tongba, Tofin Niowo, resources in Lawanoma extract and sell it for exchange for weapons. We are already getting to that stage. If truly we want to exit, we must start getting to that stage. And we must prepare to form a shadow government to take over as quickly as possible when things are going to fall apart. Let's go back to Thailand. According to the report, and this is an overview, Thailand tourism industry is a major contributor to its economy and the country's tourism value is expected to grow in the coming years. What do we understand by tourism? Kí ló ń pè ní tourism? Tourism is when people around the world fly into your country and pay hard currency to visit your heritage site, your Oluma Rock, your this, your that, whatever you have that you have told them they want to come and see, whatever you have asked them to come and look at, because Thailand also will be competing with us in the near future to get as many of people to visit them, even though it's a long distance. And it's long, 14 days, out of that 16 days, out of the 16 days is using almost 2 days to travel alone, go and come. So those 2 days is taken out. It's currently in Thailand. Probably visit particular places. But we can convince him to go to your hometown in Ondo State, with the beauty of Ondo, which is 6 hours from here. We can tell him to go to Ekiti State. We can tell them to go and see, Kogi State, Kwara State. We can ask them to come to Ogun State, Osun State. These are all the places that we can sell because they all have historical features in them. But many of you sit behind the fence when we are making a clearing call to exit Nigeria. Just like Lagbaja was killed, Nigeria will happen to you as well. Let's go further. According to what we know, Thailand tourism industry generated over 1 trillion Thai baht in revenue from international tourists. And we don't mean international tourists. These are people that buy flight ticket, like my friend that flew out. He left on Friday last week. Trip here is not going to cost him nothing less than, give and take, about almost 7,000 pounds. It's cheap down there, but you still have to pay the flight, hotels. It's very cheap in Thailand. This is what we are saying, Yoruba, an independent Yoruba country will be able to challenge a great economy that will help us in the next 50 years. But akoko gbodo ja láti pull out from Nigeria before you can experience that. But what the British government is telling us indirectly, going back to the routers of November 4, rather than Britain to be saying they are ready to work with all the nations that will exit Nigeria. They don't want that. They want that entity, business, enterprise to remain as one for 50 more years. Because what I took out that many people are now discussing, I was the one that broke it down because nobody saw it. Nobody saw it, but I saw it because I looked at the 2075, and right there, I knew that that is the new amalgamation. The question is, would you die to protect Yorubaland, or would you stay alive to see another 50 years of Nigeria? That is entirely up to you to decide. I have told my children and my wife that I am ready to die for the cause. And I don't need any sympathy from anybody. Nigeria and Britain hail partnership to boost economic ties and security. The question is, how will you build an economy when terrorists took out 2 Yoruba kings, and another one in Kwara, and another one, making about 40,000 Yoruba people were by. The question is, how do you get that economy running. But British or Britain, and put it that way, they are manipulators. We know that. We live with them. Tobarian is here. We got to double check why they're laughing at you. If you offer a tea, you better be careful, because tea of MK Wabiola, I have lived there enough to understand, and with the history of how they dealt with Babawolowo, we must be ready to deal with Britain very hard. And I use the word very, very hard, if we're ready to exit Nigeria. If we don't deal with them, you're going nowhere, because they are the real instigator of one Nigeria. Our diplomacy will continue under the quest of the rules of the game, but we need weapons, a lot of weapons, to make sure that many innocent lives can be protected, because our governors failed their constitutional right to defend us. Instagram will go in 26 seconds, or it's going to come back after that. Nigeria and Britain said on Monday they had established a strategic partnership to boost economic growth, strengthening security cooperation, and enhance personal ties. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to my live broadcast. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, popularly called Koikimedia, on the social media network. Bringing the world closer to your doorstep is what we do here, and also discussing the future of the Yoruba people in one Nigeria. According to the Nigerian Foreign Minister, Yusuf Toga, and his British counterpart, David Lammy, outlined a partnership that also seeks to reinforce ongoing security and counter-terrorism efforts by advancing our economic ties through investment and trade. Where is that investment going to come from? Those investments are coming from Yorubaland. Anytime you are being told investment in Nigeria, Ile Yoruba ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lórí, from the crude oil to the mineral resources, and also the human talent that is extracted out of Nigeria on a daily basis through COS, through student visa, through doctors and all that, to many countries, including the UK. Our brains continue to leave Yorubaland for a greener pasture, while the rest that can't move are struggling. Let me pick some of your comment quickly. As I said, this is a program that also, I say good morning, I will not be mentioning names. Ayomi Kundanuju says, all that these terrorists need is to kidnap innocent civilians, gather money to buy more powerful arms. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jí gbé owó tàn san fún wọn, wọ́n fi ra weapons, those terrorists. And this is the reason why we need weapons now. And when I mean now, today, we need thousands of weapons and train many volunteers in preparedness for the forthcoming and the upcoming and the eventualities of whatever is about to play out until our exit from Nigeria. Once again, a very good morning to you and others that have joined, and welcome once again. Let's pick more comment that is coming flying through quickly. Once again, my name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. On the 8th of November 2024, at exactly 14 minutes past 3 a.m., Mr. Femi Ola says, United Nations are alive now listening, but they don't intervene in peace movement of Yoruba independence until escalate issues. Then they will come with their crocodile peacekeeping. We will not allow such. What that means is that gbogbo tí mò ń sọ níbí báyìí, is going to different institutions from the ECOWAS to the European Union, and I'll be coming up to why Britain exits EU peacefully without a bloodshed, but Britain wants to force Yoruba people in Nigeria. There will be blood. Blood will stream, and all that we will put on Britain and all the Yoruba politicians if any Yoruba blood spill. Many are spilled already that we are still mourning. We might not agree with Lagbaja, but it was a Yoruba man that was killed by a Fulani terrorist. Peter Pan says, Dizzy Man 123, true, but the hardest part is waking up the people and getting them obsessed with freedom. Yoruba people don't want to obsess with freedom, but they want to be obsessed with sex. You will get many Yoruba people that love sex. Everybody loves sex, it's good. But we're not talking about sex here now. We're talking about the future that is taken away from us that we want to get back. But what they've done, they keep selling all these remedies so that that is the only way I can say to understand. And many people are not obsessed with freedom. That for me is a very sad situation. There's nothing wrong with enjoying sex. Every one of us enjoy it. But we're talking about our obsession with freedom should be what should be in our heart on a daily basis. But unfortunately, that is not the situation, and that is sad. The social media also loves sex. I've seen that a lot. Facebook will not take down if I continue to talk about sex. But they'll take my message down if it is against what they want to hear. Thank you so much, Peter Pan. Good morning to you all, and welcome, Aziz Badishiri, and good morning to many of you. Let's take more comments coming and we go back to the discussion. Keep your comment coming. I'll read them out. I promise you. We are telling the United Nations that we want to exit, but they are not doing anything until we start using weapons to chase out not the Igbos, not the Igbos, and not the Hausas, but the terrorist agenda of anyone in Yorubaland. We are going to chase them out. And we will use weapons to chase them out. And it could be any international country as well. We will use weapons to chase them out. Let's go back to routers. I'm asking Britain how they plan to unlock the Yoruba economy between now and 50 years. On all of Igba, Mr. Omobumule, let Babakitoye know that we can't achieve Yoruba nation through diplomacy. It can never work. Babakitoye already told you that you need crisis. So stop calling Babakitoye, okay? It's an excuse to be calling Babakitoye because Baba is 89 and a strong leader. And we're not Janigba Wete. So stop using Babakitoye as a lie, as a tool of lies, just like the politicians. Babakitoye is a politician. Baba ti sọ fún yín pé crisis la máa fi gba Yorùbá nation. But ìyàn ni pé ká má continue with diplomacy. So yé máa pe Babakitoye. Tá bá fẹ́ Yorùbá country láàárọ̀ yìí, we will use crisis to start. From crisis, we shut down every operation of international community in Yorubaland. We shut down Dangote. We shut down Ewekoro. We shut down Ekiti. We shut down Ondo. We shut down everywhere, not just Lagos. Gbogbo tí plant bá wà ní southwest, we will tell them to shut it down completely until we come back into negotiation whether they want us to remain the Yoruba or Nigeria. Because if Toba no fẹ́ Nigeria, come on, we will plant wọn lọ sí north. We don't need to burn it down, but we will tell them to shut down. We give them notice. No production of anything in Yorubaland. Shut it down. We don't need to burn it down. And we will tell them the reason why, because the land belongs to us, not the governors, not even the kings. Until we start putting those information to them, they will understand that we are serious. Wherever the operation of anything tó ń ṣe nínú Nigeria tó jẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, they will shut it down. But ṣáwọn tí wọ́n wà obsessed pẹ̀lú freedom tó yẹ pé ọ̀rọ̀ kó àtòbò lọ́wọ́ obsessed pẹ̀lú bó ṣe máa bára wọn sùn lẹ́yìn mọ́tò tó máa dọ́mọ yẹn tó ní padà gbóyún olórí burúkú ẹ̀gbọ́n. Èyí tó yẹ kó wà obsessed pẹ̀lú freedom ó fẹ́ jalè, ó fẹ́ yọ purse, ó fẹ́ yọ wallet, ó fẹ́ yọ mobile phone. Oògùn tó ní tó yẹ kó fi ṣe jàǹbá fún politicians àti àwọn olórí burúkú jíyànjíyàn gbé, ó ń fi yẹn fi wọ̀nà, ó fi ń jí ọmọ Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́. We saw the video on Asake TV. They are not obsessed with freedom, but ọ̀rọ̀ okó àtòbò wọ́n wà obsessed pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. And they use that to divert their mind from the reason why they have problems. Most of them tó ń dóra wọn nínú ilé nísìn, kò sí iná nínú ilé wọn. Ìyàwó níyàwó ló ń dó, ọkọ lọ́kọ ló ń dó, wọ́n ń dóra wọn nínú ilé. That is the only way we can say it raw, so that you can understand why crazy Yoruba people tẹ́ ní ká dúró dè àwọn olóṣèlú lórí burúkú. Ṣáwọn ìlà máa dúró dè ẹni tó ń dóyàwó ẹ̀ nínú ilé tí kò mọ bó ṣe máa tọ́jú ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó lóyún, tó bá lóyún tó á máa pè wọ́n tó wà ní diaspora kò wá ran oyún. Ṣé ìwọ ló fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ lóyún? Ṣé ìwọ ló bá ìyàwó ẹ̀ sùn nínú ooru? Until we start telling them the truth that tó bá ìyàwó ẹ̀ sùn ní UK tẹ́ ṣe jigijigi, tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ bá sọ pé òun take it, ṣe nínú àmà dùn, akọ́ni kó lọ register lọ́dọ̀ GP kó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fún ní gbogbo nǹkan tó need táwa ti sanwó fún true fact látara pa à ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ṣé bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kọ́ nílùú òyìnbó kọ́ nìyẹn? But wèrè tó ń báyàwó ẹ̀ sùn tá à ń sọ pé a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, á ní kí n shut up. Tó bá bímọ tán á ní ká wá ṣe ìkómọ, olórí burúkú. Á ní ká wá ṣe ìkómọ, ẹ̀rí pé olórí burúkú ni ẹni yẹn. Is that not what you are paying for, ẹ̀yin diaspora? Ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò mí. Àwọn tẹ̀ ń sọ fún pé kó wá gba freedom, wọn ò fẹ́ freedom, but ó lè gbowó lọ́wọ́ yín kẹ́ fi ṣe ìkómọ. Àǹtí mi mo fẹ́ ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀pù, ṣé nígbà tẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀pù ṣe yín pé anybody níta kó fún yín lówó? Ṣèbí iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ṣe lẹ́mọ̀ pé fẹ́ ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀pù, tó bá dẹ̀ pé ó lè ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀pù wa lọ ṣe 9 to 5 jobs. Until we start telling our people the truth. Tẹ́ bá wá ní ká dúró de gbogbo àwọn yẹn, 50 years yẹn máa pé lórí gbogbo wa, and people like us will not sit back and allow such. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ we will destroy every goddamn thing. Ṣòro lórí burúkú làwọn yẹn, because wọ́n ní gbọ́n kankan, pàrágà lọ mú, and they are looking for free money. Ọmọ Yorùbá ó ń wá free money tó pọ̀. Tinubu olóṣì, olórí burúkú olóṣì, ó ti sọ gbogbo wọn di agbèrò kalẹ̀ pátá. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi túnú mi bàjẹ́ pé mo rí yín pọ́n pè yín lágbèrò, torí kò dá ká máa pè yín ní agbèrò. Mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo yín. Olórí burúkú ni Tinubu. Ṣé Tinubu ṣẹ́yìn ò rí bí Tinubu yà ṣe Tinubu ṣe máa ń ṣe àyà picture ṣe báyìí? Àwa kọ kọ́mẹ́ǹtì lé lórí. Ṣèyí Tinubu tó yẹ pé olè olóṣì olórí burúkú tó ní ṣàǹfààní, ogun máa padà pa náà ni. Ó ti lé $11 million pa sí London. Ìwọ ń ṣàgbèrò fún Ṣèyí Tinubu. Ẹ wá ní Ṣèyí Tinubu máa jẹ governor. We will destroy that Lagos. We will destroy every fucking part of that southwest. Tó bá bí bàbá yìí dá ní 2027, ẹgbẹ́ Ṣèyí Tinubu wa kó wá di governor Lagos State, we will shut down the whole of fucking Lagos. Ẹ ní kúre. Mo sọ fún yín pé tó bá bí bàbá yín dá ẹgbẹ́ pósítà Ṣèyí Tinubu jáde fún 2027 ní Lagos State. Ibẹ̀ ni wàhálà yìí máa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣé náà ní gbọ́ lọ́rọ̀ ni àwa náà ní gbà lọ́rọ̀. Ẹ ní kúre. Let's continue. David Lamy, ọmọ Caribbean, ẹ̀yin rò pé kíá ni. Mo ń gbọ́ tí Dr. Mọ́wùnmí àtàwọn world media ń sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá pé bí ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Well, a mọ̀ pé ọkọ̀ gbogbo alẹ́ rú, so probability pọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ni wà. Tá bá lọ wo DNA, the probability wà pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni, torí pé olórí burúkú British tó kó gbogbo alẹ́ rú tó dá àwọn kan lọ sí Caribbean, irú àwọn yẹn ni David Lamy. And I'll tell you a little bit about him because òun náà dàbí Kemi Badenoch. So if you're expecting anything out of those people, I know him very well. I will leave that for another discussion for another day. Momo David Lamy dada. Tibani Momo, based on the constituency, Momo dada. So don't expect them to buy into Yoruba nation. Can you come and call it Yoruba nation? Awala ma fogimo institution wọn lórí lọ́hùn tí David Lamy máa understand pé àwọn lè ya wèrè o, àwọn ilé òkè ń ṣe àwọn bàbá táwọn lọ bá ń jẹ àwọn bàbá òfò tẹ́yìn sọ pé wọ́n sign amalgamation, wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bá amalgamation. Koiki wọ́n ṣe meeting kankan, àrọ́bà kankan, lórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn, wọ́n ti ṣe meeting tó ti sign amalgamation. Tẹ̀yìn la fẹ́ ká jẹ́ jókòtì, ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ máa kú sí. Sẹ́yìn mo sọ fún yín, sẹ́yìn ló pé tó bá máa sign amalgamation sójú ojú tẹlifíṣàn lọ ti máa sign ẹ̀. I pity Yoruba people that your life is mortgaged by British. Wọ́n mortgage life tèmi because èmi wà láàrin wọn, kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó lè fi mí ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. But ìwọ ló ń fi nǹkan ṣe nísìnyí, orí bí ìyà ṣe ń jẹ, ìyà ò jẹ mí báyìí. David Lamy, who is on his first official visit to Africa. Africa wá jẹ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá tó lọ, tó ń pè ní Nigeria. As a foreign secretary, emphasized Britain's commitment. If you can take note, commitment to a long-term partnership with Nigeria. Long-term. 50 years amalgamation, what is signing? What is double? Báwo la ṣe máa wá fọ ìbọn la máa ní ìdílé sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìbọn tó pọ̀ dáadáa. Àwa create ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó a máa train tó lè handle ìbọn yẹn tó a lò. Sorry, èmi ò understand in tó mean by long-term partnership. Bí ẹ̀yin gbọ́ ìbò yẹn kẹ́ bá mi break it down sínú comment section. Kí ni Britain mean pé àwọn sì fẹ́ ní kò tẹ́sí wọ́n ní emphasize, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo meaning emphasize according to English dictionary. A gbọ́dọ̀ break it down fún gbogbo yín. Tí ẹlòmíì nísìn nǹkan kan yé yín, Koiki kò yé wa ní tẹ̀sán yẹn ò yé yín. Kí ni kò yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀? Èwo ni kò yé yín ẹ sọ fún mi. Kí ni kò yé wa ẹ ṣàlàyé fún mi. Mo ń béèrè pé Britain sọ pé according to David Lamy, foreign secretary wọn, emphasize Britain's commitment to a long-term partnership with Nigeria. That means pé what is sign amalgamation. Long, nǹkan tó gùn. Short, nǹkan tó kéré. Àwọn náà wọ́n need the long term, àwọn sì need the time. Ẹ má ti jẹ́ ká pín Nàìjíríà kókó ọbẹ̀ wa ní ibi tá a ti ń jẹ lẹ́yìn fẹ́ pín yẹn. Ẹ má ká pín nísìnyí. Àwa sì need the long term. A ti bá àwọn ọba yín sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ọba yín dẹ̀ ti accept. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ kí ló dé tẹ̀yin fẹ́ accept? Àwa béèrè pé kí ló ń pè ní emphasize ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Tàbá sọ pé
emphasize.
Past tense ni emphasize. Give special importance or value to something. Excuse me. Give special importance to Nigeria. So Britain is giving special importance to Nigeria láti lè commit ara wọn fún long-term partnership pẹ̀lú Nigeria. And that is why they are saying to you and me, ìyà jẹ́, ìyà ò bá máa jẹ́, ogun máa pa ẹ́, ikú fẹ́ pa ẹ́, ó máa ní mọ́tò accident, ò ní rí jẹ, ò ní rí mu, máa lọ sí school tó ò ní ríṣẹ́, tó máa gùn kádà, gbogbo nǹkan rí jágbajàgba gbogbo. Britain ní kò máa worry, tó bá ti di 2075 gbogbo nǹkan máa dẹrùn fún ẹ. So church tó ń lọ tán parọ́ fún ẹ pé ó máa dẹrùn lọ́la, ìmọ̀ jàpá ní church yẹn. Mọ́ṣáláṣí tẹ́ ti ń jókòó tẹ́ ń tẹ̀tẹ̀ ṣùgbà tẹ́ ń ṣe kúnkúṣì tó sọ fún ẹ pé wàá rí lẹ́kọ́ ọmọ ó sì di 2075 50 years from now. Ọ̀dọ̀ babaláwo tó ń lọ tí wọ́n ń gbé fàkalẹ̀ tí fádẹ̀ ń sọ pé ọ̀nà àbáyọ ni pé ká lọ, tí wọ́n ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, babaláwo yẹn máa jẹ mùlámùlá lọ́dọ̀ ẹni, wàá kọ́ máa náwó ẹbọ tí kò ní sẹ́ni wẹ̀ lórí Nàìjíríà ni o. Tó bá wá jẹ́ pé Kristẹni nìyẹn tó gbà fún Yorùbá nation, gbogbo nǹkan á máa prepare, torí pé preparation pa fẹ́ gba Yorùbá country tá à ń ṣe nísìn, ó máa rọrùn fún Christian bó ṣe rọrùn fún Christian ní UK. Ṣé wọ́n pé kò rọrùn fún Christian ní Nàìjíríà? Kò rọrùn náà. Tó bá rọrùn níwọ̀n nípa Deborah ní Sokoto kan náà ni wọ́n sọ fún wa nísìn pé àwọn terrorist kan ti dé o, àwọn ṣe dé ní o, èmi kọ́ mo sọ, defense headquarter ló sọ. Wọ́n ní àwọn terrorist group yẹn wọ́n pè wọ́n ní Lukarawas. But Britain ní ká má worry pé Lukarawas yẹn tó bá máa fi di 50 years from now gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ti lọ. Máa sọ pé Koiki jókòó sí ìlú òyìnbó kó máa threaten wa. Ṣé èmi ni terrorist tó ń threaten yín? Ṣé èmi ni Britain tó mọ̀ pé ìyà ń jẹ ìran wa, but àwa tá wà ní UK ìyà ò lè jẹ wá, kódà kó má níwèé, wàá sì máa jẹ oúnjẹ mẹ́ta. Ò ń dúró kí mọ́ṣáláṣí yẹn, kí bàbá Akéwùgbà Gold kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation lójoojúmọ́, kó máa fi ṣe wáàsí fún wa, àti bàbá Ìmáàmù Ọ̀fà àti gbogbo àwọn àfà ńláńláńlá tó jẹ́ pé north ló ń decide fún wọn nígbà tá a máa kírun. Wọ́n ní Sultan of Sokoto lórí burúkú bomb bastard pé òun ló máa sọgbà tá a máa rí moon, bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé àwọn ò ní làákàyè láti mọ̀ pé moon ti fúlò, àwẹ̀ ti tó o, a máa ṣọdún o. Ẹ̀yin babaláwo, èyí tó yẹ kẹ́ lo gbogbo ohun tágbára tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè fún wa, ká fi atẹ́gùn ká fi bá wọn jà padà, ṣe àwa lẹ̀ ń lò yẹn fún. Ẹ̀ ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú, ogun máa pa yín náà ni, ogun tẹ́ ẹ fi pa wá yẹn máa padà pa yín náà ni. Mo wá ń jẹ́ kó tún yé wa o, amalgamation tẹ́ níwọ̀n ti sign ẹ̀, ọ̀ ti tàwọ́ bọ̀ ti sign ẹ̀. Wọ́n ń ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀, ìwọ náà wá go báyìí, òru ló máa ń ṣèkà. Ìyẹn ni mo ṣe jí ní táìmì láti jẹ́ kó yé yín pé amalgamation tí wọ́n níwọ̀n ti sign ẹ̀, ọ̀ ti tàwọ́ bọ̀. Bá ṣe máa wá fọ́ sí wẹ́wẹ́, ó kù sọ́wọ́ èmi àti ẹ̀. Bó bá dẹ̀ ní pò fọ́, èmi a máa gbádùn ní UK, Ìgbòho a máa gbádùn ní Germany, ẹni tó bá lè jàpàjàpà. Bó ṣe wá da ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé mi wá jẹ́gẹ́ bí Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù? Ṣé mo jẹ́gẹ́ bí Báyọ̀ Ọ̀nànúgà olórí burúkú? Ibo ni olórí burúkú Lai Mohammed kò ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀ wá, àwọn ọmọ ò ní padà rí òkú ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ó kà ó lè olórí burúkú, ẹ̀yin ajẹkẹ́ nìkan má lè jẹ. Àbí ẹ sọ gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi di agbèrò ní gbogbo Lagos State, olórí burúkú Tinubu olóṣì. Orí ẹ̀rí bó ṣe rí, ó ti fagbó, ó fa cocaine ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ bó ṣe wà yẹn. Ẹ̀yin orí bó ṣe rí jágbàjágbà ni, kò sẹ́mi kan nínú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ogun máa padà pa gbogbo yín ni. A ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìbọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Koiki ló ń sọ̀rọ̀, Ọláyọmí Koiki. Ìbọn la need. Tó bá bí UN dá kó sọ pé à ní ìdìbọn, tó bá bí Amẹ́ríkà dá kó wá sọ fún mi pé à ní ìdìbọn láti fi jà, tó bá bí UK dá kó sọ pé à ní ìdìbọn, bí àwọn kó ìbọn fún Ukraine láti fi jà, bí àwọn kó ìbọn fún Israel láti fi jà. Mo dẹnu dúró báyìí náà. How many hours have I done? Kò ní ju 2 hours lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n màá lè padà lọ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìyàwó mi. Bá tẹ̀ ṣe jigijigi kí n wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Torí nǹkan ta fẹ́ gbọ́dún nǹkan náà nìyẹn. Ọ̀rọ̀ kó àtòbò. Freedom ò jẹ yín lógún. Àbí? Ẹni tí freedom bá jẹ lógún ni, inú á máa bí ẹ pé ṣébi tí ìran yìí wà ló yẹ kó wà. Òun dúró dà wọ́n bá, ẹ̀ ń dúró dà wọ́n olóṣèlú. Mo ní ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. A máa jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ laná. Tó o bá laná àlọ́ anywhere, ó gbọ́dọ̀ laná ni. Èyí tí àgbáyé fẹ́ nìyẹn. Àgbáyé ò fẹ́ òtítọ́ lórí burúkú lágbàáyé. The world is a wicked world. Wicked world ni ayé tá ń gbé. Ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́dọ̀ wicked fún wọn pàfi gba country. Tá a bá wicked, àti sọ́ di eré ọwọ́. Àti síkìnì àti sọ́ di eré ọwọ́. And people knows that. So we only have just about 15 minutes to the end of this program. I want to cover back again the great area of a new communique tí mo pick from the British. Tí bá ní communique, policy paper, àwọn tó bá mú òyìnbó tí mo ń sọ, policy paper. This came out on the 6th of November. Ọba ṣe ìpàdé pẹ̀lú security ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀. Ààrí communique bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Britain gbé David Lamide, wọ́n release communique, but àṣírí communique wọ́n ní kó gbogbo ẹ̀ sínú ẹ̀. Èyí tó fẹ́ kẹ́ka lọ fi síta báyìí. So jẹ́ kí ka communique yẹn jáde. Communique tó bá mọ̀ tó ń pè níbẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe English dictionary ká sáré wò. We did a summit, not me. Bàbá wa Kábíyèsí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ ẹ pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn jọ. Aláṣọ funfun yẹn wò ṣùkùṣùkù nígbà tó pé Ìgbòho wọlé, ààrẹ ò balẹ̀. Ògún pa wá nísìnyí ọ̀rí kankan ṣe. Jọ̀pá káàkiri. Àjọpá máa wọṣọ funfun káàkiri. Àbí? Ìsẹ̀ni tó fẹ́ kú mọ́. Àmọ́ bá láàfin ṣe fi wọ́n joyè. Mo kúkú bí bàbá yẹn gbogbo tó sọ fún mi kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹni. I was with Aláàfin private pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho for many days. Mo ṣọ́ọ̀pù wọ́n pa bàbá yẹn ni. I'm sure. Èyí tó kú inú ìwé mi lẹ ti máa kà. Gbogbo yín pátá, gbogbo yín tẹ́ lọ bá bàbá yẹn lẹ́yìn oríṣiríṣi. Bàbá yẹn náà ní lọ́wọ́ o. Kò sọ́ba tó ní lọ́wọ́. But gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ ká mọ̀ bàbá yẹn sọ fún mi. Bọ̀ kò ń ṣe ti máa tú kalẹ̀ lórí social media. Ẹja kọ́kọ́ ja ilé tán tá ń jà lọ yìí. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú, ẹ̀yin olè táwa kan wò bí èèyàn gidi. Àṣẹ ń ṣèyàn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú olè pátápátá. Àwọn èèyàn tí yàn máa wò láwùjọ. Àṣewọ̀ tẹ́ ń ṣèyàn. Àdẹ̀rín wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé yàn ni wọ́n nínú àwùjọ. Bàbá yẹn wá ní ṣorí picture ni níjọ́ tó wá palace. Ìntẹ́sọ̀lélé ní wọ́n ti compromise ọmọ Yorùbá. Àwa nílùú òyìnbó inú òtútù àfàṣẹ káàkiri. Ẹni tó wà nílé fi ṣiṣẹ́ kò ríṣẹ́. British wọ́n sọ fún wa pé economy, ṣé economy tán sọ yẹn ṣé fún favour àwa ni àbí kó favour Britain nígbà tó mọ̀ pé ilé ayé wọn ti fi bàjẹ́ tán. Maybe you don't know that Europe is going down. Ìyẹn another discussion for another day ni. Mo ní time láàárọ̀ yìí. Europe ní UK they're going down. Let's look at the communique tó jáde according to the Foreign Commonwealth and Development. Ká tó máa mú ètò ìwá sílẹ̀. Policy paper establishing the Nigeria-United Kingdom Strategic Partnership. This is a joint communique. That means pé Nigeria àti UK lọ fọwọ́ sí. Nigeria àti UK lọ́jọ́ sign eléyìí tó fi di pé ó wá lórí. And don't expect everything to be written here. So ìtì bá kà nísìn wọ́n pè ní formalities. Òyìnbó ló níyẹn lọ́wọ́. This was published on 6th of November 2024. Mo nílé ìka lóde English, okay? Ní Yorùbá rather. Tẹ́ bá ń san owó dáadáa fún mi ni màá gba èèyàn tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ Yorùbá translation tá máa máa fún lówó. But ẹ san enough owó fún platform mi. So ìta bá lè ṣe ní English, ẹ̀yin náà fi òye gbé, kẹ́ fi gbé ní Yorùbá. Preamble. The federal government of Nigeria and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Ẹ ò bọ́ ṣe pín. Great Britain mean England, ibi tèmi wà, Scotland, ibi tí pàdé wa wà, Máyégún, pàdé wa náà ni. Ó ti ṣẹnu mọ́kẹ́lẹ́ tó bá tún sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho máa ta sí. Tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho máa ta sí. But for now, olúkálùkù ti gbọ́wọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀. Mo ti caution ẹ̀ nígbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho, mo ti fún ní nǹkan tó yẹ kí n fún jẹ. But tó bá tún sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho tẹ́ bá gbọ́ ẹ̀yin pè sí mi pé Koiki o, ọmọ tó ń bẹ ní Máyégún yẹn ó tún sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho o. Torí ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho ń ṣe tèmi fi ń ta yín rárá. Bàbá anybody tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá ẹ̀ ni mo sọ àti màmá tó bí ẹ. Torí in tí Ìgbòho ṣe, bàbá ẹ̀ ò tí ì ṣe, family ẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ì tí ì rí ṣe. Bàbá aláṣọ funfun gan rí ṣe tó ń jọ̀pá káàkiri. So èèyàn mi pé mo ní fún ní ọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀. Bí ṣe sọ, ìyàwó mi máa ń wò. Àná ìyàwó mi ṣì ń wò ní bíbà. Sọ̀rọ̀. Tèmi fẹ́ gbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ mo lọ sókè tèmi. Ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí Ìgbòho. Torí bàbá ẹ̀ ò lè ṣe tí Ìgbòho ṣe. Lórí burúkú èèyàn máa lè. Gbogbo ọmọ tí Ìgbòho bí pátá German passport ló wà lọ́wọ́ wọn lórí burúkú. Ìwọ bí ọmọ ẹ̀gàn tí ní Nigerian passport àti gba Nigerian passport gan ò lówó ṣe é. Àwọn Amẹ́ríkà wọn yóò tẹ̀ ń gba passport. Aziz nìkan ló gba passport tó gbọ́dọ̀ wá rí mi ní London àti African Confidential. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà ò lè ní passport. Báwo ló ṣe fi ní passport nígbà tó rówó fi gba passport? Ìwọ tó ṣe wọ́wọ́ tó fẹ́ fi jẹun ló máa gba passport. Tó bá tẹ̀ wá gba passport ẹ̀ ṣé UK sọ fún ẹ pé òun guarantee pé òun á fún ẹ ní visa? Kí ló dé tá shut down bí tó ti ń ṣe visa wọn yẹn kó má exist for now? Má yẹ ká ṣe yẹn. Mo sì léyàn tó fi wá sí London. Àìtí ready. O rò pé mi náà léyàn tó fi wá sí London? Gbogbo ala léyàn tó fi wá sí London. A ní ká shut down gbogbo ohun tó ń ta wá lára. Ká fara ní British ní Nàìjíríà. Tó bá yá gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Okay? Ẹ jẹ́ ká communicate torí àsìkò mi ti ń lọ. The federal government of Nigeria and the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland yẹn níbi tí èmi àti Ìgbòho lọ. Northern Ireland, gbogbo population wọn níbẹ̀ yẹn, tẹ̀fìrí mi àti Ìgbòho ṣá ní Belfast ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Airport wọn standard. Kódà mo ra perfume ní duty free. Mo ra perfume yẹn nice gan. Mo dọ́dọ̀ màmá bọ̀bọ̀ àwọn Nigerian community tó jẹ́ Yorùbá tó ń ṣe dáadáa. Mo kí ẹ Yetunde's kitchen. Sister mi dáadáa. Ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fine. Èmi ń bọ̀ ní Belfast again o. Mo kàn wáyé tí máa tètè squeeze ara mi kí n wá jẹ ẹ̀wà àgbọ̀nyìn lọ́dọ̀ màmá bọ̀bọ̀. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Kúnlé. Mo kí ẹ ṣe sí Olúṣesí. Mo kí yín. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bẹ ní Belfast. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ẹ kú ọmọ fọwọ́ ṣe. Ẹ kú àlejò wa. Èmi ń bọ̀ ẹ máa tún gbà mí lálejò. Ẹ máa gbà mí lálejò kí n wá. Màá ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì mi, ẹ má worry. Beautiful place. Gbogbo population was 375,000. Wọ́n pé 500,000. They have a better life than olórí burúkú ìwọ tó yẹ pé ti jí nísìn ariwo gbà. Ariwo mọ́tò gbà, ọ̀nù gbà gbogbo. Báwo ló ṣe fi gbé long life? Mo ní pé ikú tó fi pààyàn Nàìjíríà ò lè pé 60 years. Lágbájá tó lówó tó lé fọ̀n tó lé. Position wo ló lè dájú chief of army staff lọ? 56 years lọ pàdánù fún wa. 56 years. Wọ́n pàdánù. Ìwọ wá ní Nàìjíríà ò lè pa ẹ́. Ikú pa ẹ́ dànù. Mo kí ẹ jáyàjáyà. Má bínú pé mo kí ẹ látẹ̀ǹkan. Mo mọ̀ pé ó dà pé wà lórí ètò. Ó dà pé ó dẹ̀ send audio kan. Àwọn tàbá ní time fún àwọn play yẹn lọ́la. Tí èmi fẹ́ padà lọ sùn. Aago 4 ló lù. Èmi mọ̀ pé wọ́n ṣèpàdé lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọba òfò. Ẹ̀yin ọba ìkà. Ẹ má ṣèpàdé lọ o. Ẹ má ṣèpàdé lọ. Àwọn alálẹ̀ máa ṣèdájọ́ fún gbogbo yín. Àwọn alálẹ̀ máa ṣèdájọ́ fún yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe tọwọ́ bọ̀ wé. Ó ti tọwọ́ bọ̀. Ta ló sọ fún ọ pé ó ti tọwọ́ bọ̀? Ọ̀dẹ̀. Jókòó síbẹ̀. wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ 2075 wọ́n ní wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bọ̀ tọ́wọ́ tó fi tọwọ́ bọ̀ ńkọ́ ṣé wọ́n máa sọ fún ẹ pé wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bọ̀wé ọba wo ni wọ́n rò kó máa jáde nísìnyí tó máa ní a ti tọwọ́ bọ̀wé o a ti tọwọ́ bọ̀wé wọ́n mọ̀ pé táwọn bá sọ yẹn a máa jó pálásì wọn ni mo ti sọ fún wọn wọn ní sọ yẹn fẹ́yìn gbogbo wọn ní sìn sẹ́ńpẹ́ ẹ̀rí tí wọ́n lọ síbi tó lọ ó expect kí ni wọ́n á ṣe program lé lórí kí lè expect mi kí wọ́n á ṣe àwọn èèyàn ń bi mí pé kí lè àbábọ̀ èmi ò ti sọ fún yín pé wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bọ̀wé ni kí lè wá ń bi mí pé kí lè àbábọ̀ kọ́ òbóbò ni oye padà rò pé mò ń ṣe lórí platform ni bomb bastards. The federal government of Nigeria and the United Kingdom of the Great Britain and Northern Ireland share deep historical ties. Ṣé ń gbọ́dọ̀? Ṣé ń rí British olè? Ṣé ń rí British olè? Èmi ò mọ bí tí a ti share deep historical ties tó bá ń ṣe pé ẹ fi wá jalè, ẹ fi wá gba gbogbo ohun tí ó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa tó ń pè ní èdè. Èdè. Ọgbà èdè lọ́wọ́ wa lórí tán ní speak in English stop speaking in wọ́n sọ èdè tiwa di stop speaking in vernacular àṣé Britain wá sọ fèmí nísìnyí pé tó bá fẹ́ gba British passport kémi lọ ṣe English ṣe rí pé ẹ ká deal pẹ̀lú Britain ní Nàìjíríà àbí. Enduring good relations, strong people to people, links, economic interest, mutual commitment to Commonwealth values, and the shared interest across regional and international peace and security. On the 4th of November, 2024, His Excellency Yusuf Maitama Tuga Omofulani Olori Buruku, the current Minister for Foreign Affairs. Àwọn ilé ìdúró kí Tinubu kó kú dànù kí wọ́n lè gbéṣẹ́ tí máa wọlé bí kò bá dẹ̀ pa Tinubu tó bá ṣọdún mẹ́jọ tán wèrè ṣòro pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinubu ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinubu tó mi níbo ni wọ́n ti mọ Tinubu rí ṣé ìwọ rí rí èmi ò rí rí but mo wà pẹ̀lú ẹni tọ́jọ́ sá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà nígbà Nadeco and shout out to the Nadeco president America or reach out to me mo ní láti sọ tàbí discuss idiot èmi náà ti di nǹkan ọ gbọ́dọ̀ máa pè mí o rò pé easy kò gbé ojú jáde báyìí káwọn kan máa pè ẹ́ pé aláyé àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run àdúpẹ́ fún Ìgbòho àti bàbá Akíntóyè tó fún wa ní platform àtẹ̀yẹmọ Yorùbá àdẹ̀ ní tàyìn gbogbo ẹni tó bá máa ta Yorùbá pátá ogun máa pa ni ọmọdé ni àgbàlagbà ni ogun tó máa pa yẹn kò gbọdọ̀ pẹ́ rárá ó gbọdọ̀ wọlé pa kó sùn kó má jí kó jáde kí mọ́tò pàdánù anybody tó bá máa tà wá nínú ìrìn àjò tá a gbé dání ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń wò wá lẹ fẹ́ tà wá ní ogun máa pa yín ni àwa tá à ń ṣe náà ní ogun máa pa wá ni any media tó bá máa tà wá ogun máa pa ni torí kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ eré nìkan tá a gbé dání it's about life and death anybody tó bá máa ta ìran Yorùbá nation tá a gbé dání lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tí bá ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ọmọdé ní àgbàlagbà ogun máa pa ni ogun máa pa ẹni náà ni ó bá wọ plane yẹn máa já bó bá wọ mọ́tò máa pa ẹ́ torí níta gbé dání ní tó léwu gidi ni tó bá léwu fẹ́yìn ó léwu fáwa bomb bastard. His Excellency Yusuf Maitama Tuga, Honourable Minister of Foreign Affairs, ìbolo lórí burúkú ọmọ Ìgbò tí Buhari ló wà ìyẹn ti lọ tiẹ̀ nísìnyí wọ́n ti jẹun ẹ̀ràn tẹmọ Ìgbò lòṣì tí Buhari lò Foreign Minister wọ́n tó ti gbé Fúlàní wá òṣì yẹn la fi máa ṣe bí ẹran aṣẹ́wó àbí inú tó Tinubu bá ṣe tán wọ́n tún gbé lómi wá. And the Right Honourable David Lammy, MP, Secretary of State for Commonwealth, Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs of the United Kingdom, agreed to elevate the bilateral relationship between the two countries to a strategic partnership. 50 years has been signed. What is Tawobo? The Nigerian-UK strategic partnership will provide a comprehensive framework for jointly achieving our shared objectives and further strengthening our bilateral relation. Money what it ta Yoruba padà, what is sign agreement. Establishing the United Kingdom Strategic Partnership Joint Communication. 50 years have now been put onto us, according to this communique. But don't expect them to clear it out. Baby, she suffering. Immediately, she break down as it is. The Nigeria UK strategic partnership will provide a comprehensive framework for jointly achieving our shared objectives and further strengthening our bilateral relations. It will build on strengthening our existing bilateral dialogue across areas of mutual interest and benefit. Kí ni interest àwa àti UK? Economic, trade, investment opportunities, security and defense, migration, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ sá lọ, ẹ̀yin jápa tẹ́ ṣe ń dé, jápa o, jápa ó ti jápa wá sí UK. Nígbà tó dé UK lórí aláìsí pé àti rí £1 lé nílùú yìí o, kódà ẹni bá máa fún £10 nílùú yìí o gbọ́dọ̀ máa dúpẹ́ fún mi. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń support platform mi. Ẹ ṣé dúpẹ́ gan ni. Iṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe ní London, pay as you go ni. Justice and Home Affairs. The Nigerian-UK strategic partnership also established a new 50 years wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bọ̀ ó di 2075 kẹ́tó bọ́ nínú ìdààmú, nínú wàhálà, nínú òfò, nínú àìríjẹ, nínú àlọ sí school, òun wáṣẹ́, bàbá ẹ̀ create iṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ rí. Wọ́n lọ dúró di 2075 tó bá yá gbogbo wa máa jà, àmọ́ ní kọ́ bá wa wá ìbọn tó dáa tí wọ́n náà máa lọ wẹ́n tó máa train ẹ̀ so that wà lè kó fò. Amẹ́ríkà gbogbo wọn ló ní ìbọn tó máa train, gbogbo wọn ló ní ìbọn. I'm sure pa àzẹ́sì gan àwọn ọmọ pọ́n gan ní tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Má ní ìbọn lamẹ́ríkà ikú pa ẹ́. The Nigerian-UK strategic partnership also established a new ohun tuntun bilateral dialogue focused on foreign policy and international issues. Kí ló lè jẹ́ international issues tó wà nílẹ̀? Self-determination is an inalienable right, and that right must be respected by Britain and the international community, including exploring reforms of multilateral institution and global financial architect. The same UK tó allow design kò gbé owó jáde, ìbòrí nìyẹn, gbogbo owó pátá tó jáde nínú Nàìjíríà UK mọbi tó lọ, àbí ó lè gbé ó lè gbà, ó lè gbé ó lè gbà, òun lọ̀rọ̀ wọn. It confirms commitment between the two governments to hold a biennial meeting known as Nigeria-UK Binational Commission to enable high-level intergovernment engagement across the full range of Nigeria strategy. Tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ díò yìí tẹ́ ń béèrè pé kí ló ń ṣàlàyé níbí ìbà òyìnbó yìí ti pọ̀ ju tí mò ń ṣàlàyé tó bá yé yín ní pé wọ́n ti sign agreement jàre, yọmí lẹ́nu. Ẹgbẹ́ òyìnbó tí mò ń sọ kí ni kí n ṣe sí yẹn? Wọ́n ti sign agreement tuntun, wọ́n ti tọwọ́ bọ̀, wọ́n ní ká lọ dúró de 2075 ká tó pín nínú Nàìjíríà. Ire o. That is how far I can go this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Ola. One of those terrorists are part of the Britain gift to develop for Nigeria for 2075. You also went to say, so sad to have signed amalgamation and those Judas of Yoruba nation. Muki Babami, Egbomi, Mr. Femi Ola. Mulobe Mukini gbogbo 191 local government. Begbomi Muki yon. Muki gbogbo yin wòlíì tẹ́ ń ṣe àdúrà pé àní Yorùbá máa túlẹ̀, èmi náà gbàgbọ́, àmọ́ ká dira dáadáa o, kọ́lọ́n kó má fi wá sílẹ̀. Mo kí bàbá mi Nurudeen Akínmọ̀yẹ̀dé, Godwin Ugbaje, mo kí Baálé Dada Nurudeen, mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ̀mí lórí Instagram, ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. I've been locked out of Instagram for some days. It's my utterances. Mo kí brother mi, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Dizima 123. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí sùn. Ṣẹ́gun honourable mo kí ẹ o. Mo kí bàbá tó bí mi náà, kọ́lọ́n tó bàbá foríjì. Mo kí ẹ bàbá àtà, mo kí ẹ̀yin ti America, mo kí ẹ̀yin ti United Kingdom. Mo kí ẹ lẹ́ǹkan sí ìjáyà, màá play audio ẹ lọ́la, and it's late now. Bàbá mi Waris Jinadoni, yes, we want to be in a Yoruba independent country that will be the first economy in the world by 2075. Òun là kọ́lé ètò tèmi. Ṣàfẹ́ gba country tó bá máa fi di 50 years kí ni wàá máa dùn kí èmi náà pé 90 something káwọn ọ̀dọ́ bá mi pé bàbá báwo lè ṣe ìjàjàgbara yẹn wọ́n pè mí lólè mo gbà ní kódà wọ́n ní mo kówó jẹ bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn nígbà táwọn náà bá ti dàgbà tá dògbò àjókòó ẹ wá máa ṣe interview fún wa bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn láṣẹdùn máa rí. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lábẹ́ ètò àtẹni tó dá sí àtẹni tó dá sí gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ support gbẹ̀fẹ́ ìran iléeṣẹ́ ìlọ́wọ́ kẹ́kẹ́ coach mo kí ọ tó jọ mẹ́ta. I hope you've been watching me because I have not been on Instagram for some days. Ọ̀yọ́mí ni ìyàwó mi máa ní yé máa sọ̀rọ̀ jù kọ́ máa yọ lórí Instagram. Mo kí ẹ̀ tẹ̀mí lórí Twitter. Wọ́n ti ń bá mi fi account number ó pè mí ló ṣì ń ṣiṣẹ́ for now but a ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí First Bank. First Bank mi wà compromise mo kí àmì Bọ́lá Ayọ̀adé òdì ẹ̀ ṣe gan ni mà. Thank you so much. Like gbogbo ìyá dáadáa yìí. Ìyàwó mi kúkú ti ní èmi lọ́kọ àwọn ìyá Oòduà. Bàbá mi Adéyẹmí Ọláyẹmí mo kí ẹ support iléeṣẹ́ yìí. Fátókì ò tí ì sùn lágo 5. Wọ́n ní pẹ́pẹ́ àṣùbà ní Nàìjíríà nísìn. Àájùwọ̀n Kọ́láwọlé mo kí yín. Bàbá mi Wàrí Jìnnà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi America Revolution Confederate fi gba independent bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé kí n tún ṣú ẹ̀ ní wà lẹ́yìn mi. Bàbá tó fún mi ní kíní ọ̀nkú mi ẹ̀ ti ṣaláìsí ní ó ti lọ pé 2 years nísìn. Nígbà tí máa ro tọ̀dọ̀ wọn yẹn very painful but ikú náà ni the end gbogbo wa kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ ká pẹ́ láyé. Mo kí àwọn Biafra mo kí àtàló tó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo òkè Káyọ̀dé mo kí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni eye for eye a máa ti gé bojú àwọn kan ká tó jáde ní Nàìjíríà o. John mo kí ẹ o bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣítà bàbá yẹn ní ilé iṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà economy Nàìjíríà ti gbà lọ lọ́wọ́ wọn ní 2 years ago. Nígbà tó yẹ pé báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ run time we have just 2 minutes 1 minute 1 minute mo lè fẹ́ ju 2 hours lọ. So let me wrap up quickly. Ṣeun Ògúnwọlé mo kí ìyá mi Ìrètí Ebísùwà ṣé mo pronounce orúkọ yín dáadáa torí mo gbọ́dọ̀ gbowó lọ́wọ́ yín ọ̀hún Koiki o pronounce orúkọ mi dáadáa o. Olúṣesí Samuel ni yes we need weapons and volunteers. Èmi ti fẹ́ra mi sílẹ̀ as volunteers àti train láti yìnbọn òun ló easy jù a máa train gbogbo yín kò ń pẹ́ rárá. Dizima náà máa fún mi lówó lọ́la pé kí n fọkàn balẹ̀ ìnáwó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ tí gbogbo wa ti ṣe lọ́tún lọ́sẹ̀ especially ti gbowó. Ayọ̀mí Kúndámíjù mo kí ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Allen Kondi àwọn ti China ó ní the satanic kingdom I know is Britain ò parọ́. Gani Olóyèdé mo kí ẹ Britons are criminal living their lifestyle with crime imagine in this century Britain are still thinking we are fools. Àwa la máa fọ́gi mọ́ wọn lórí ẹ má wọrí ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ ni. Adéníyì Adéjùbrè mo kí yín o mo kí gbogbo ẹni tó máa tún ètò gbọ́ mo kí àwọn tó ń bá mi replay program mi lórí platforms wọn ẹ má kọ́ tibi tí ó dùn mọ́ yín nìkan gbogbo ẹni kẹ́ bá mi gbé at least a lè go viral. Allen Kondi in my own opinion is that woto needs to come in. Without that all these kings were not allowed to go. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni woto gbọ́dọ̀ jáde. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa o oran yọ̀ la máa sùn. I love you all. Thank you so much. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin brothers mi sisters mi kò sẹ́nìkan tó ń bára wọn jà. A fẹ́ lọ a máa lọ by peace or by pieces. There is still time and room for negotiation. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré wo the other platform because mo máa ń miss platform yẹn kọ́ máa ní Koiki o dẹ̀ wá kí àwa náà kò dá o àdẹ̀jọ́ jókòó sórí ètò látàárọ̀ ni Amósùn Ṣẹ́gun bàbá mi Táíwò ṣẹ́rí pé tí n bá kí wọn níbí inú wọn ní dùn rárá Táíwò Olúwatóyìn Daniel wọ́n ní Yorùbá nation must stand pẹ̀lú àṣẹ Èdùmàrè Edward Ọmọlọ́lá Fúnṣọ́ mo kí yín and I think those are the only people I can see on that platform. The other platform. So that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. You know, I could have been here on my own, but as much as some of you just saw notification and you come online, good morning, good night. Love you from London, where I've lived for 25 years. It is sure. I'll come back home. So better katete daru, kale padawale. Mo kí Olóyè Ìgbòho Ọlọ́run bá dúró tiẹ̀. Press release tá a ṣe lánàá. Olórí burúkú olè captain yẹn wọ́n ti wà ní Benin báyìí. Èyí tó parọ́ mọ́ Olóyè Ìgbòho mo ti ṣe program lé lórí lánàá on a brief so ẹni kó report rẹ̀ sí Benin Republic because ẹni tó gbé diesel fún omi ló kúnnú diesel yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ ti kówó fún olè tó ń mú orúkọ Ìgbòho mọ́nú bísínẹ́sì tí kò sí nǹkan tó kan Ìgbòho nínú ẹ̀. Benin tí ń wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gbọ́ nísìn Captain Olúfá olórí burúkú tó lọ bribe àwọn judge lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tọ́nà declare Ìgbòho wanted bàbá ẹ̀ lọ́ máa declare wanted 419. Thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn òkú ọ̀run kọ́lọ́n foríjì wọn, gbogbo àwọn tó ti kú nínú movement kọ́lọ́n foríjì wọn. Mo kí ẹlẹ́ǹkan sọ lóye Ìgbòho, mo kí Fatai Ogunribido, mo kí Kento, mo kí Fẹlódún, mo kí Gbẹ̀du, mo kí Alhaji Adéyẹyẹ ológun olúwa akọni èèyàn. Mo ń gbọ́ tó ń fire up níjẹta. Mo kí Àròlé Tẹ́ntẹ́, mo kí Yorùbá World Media, kí Bàbá Èkìtì, mo kí gbogbo àwọn media wa. Mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn silent listeners. Èmi náà ni o, the last man standing. Orin Alamason. Good morning. Bye for now.